Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hi, here we go again.
Yeah, lots going on to cover, and so we'll be probably rapid firing some videos every couple hours out right now. And before we get started, can we just put out a positive intent, positive vibes, positive prayer for healing on the planet and removing the darkness that's been enshrouding it?
That's a beautiful idea. Just picture that darkness lifting up and away and the light getting brighter and brighter and brighter.
And seeing the earth get calm again as people get in harmony with it. We definitely want to do our best to shift these timelines when you see everything that's going on out there. It's pretty intense, but yet, at the same time, Cindy and I have been feeling today just, again, another wave of a little bit more positive energy fighting its way through.
Definitely, it's like something lifted, and it's like you can see brighter now. Things seem a little more crisp, clear. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating how that works when you are basically starting your day with meditation in the sunshine and, mantras and such. And then when you look at the news and you see everything going on, it could, it could really change your vibe very, very quick.
Kind of crash. Yeah.
It could. So we see Somalia declares state of emergency over the new locust invasion. The infestation persists in Saudi Arabia as well. These guys are doing a lot of damage. And of course, it's damage to the foods, the crops. Already you got so much flooding going on, as well as obviously everybody basically is dealing with the plague upon the land as well.
They are, and there's just so much going on, and this just adds to it. Sometimes I don't feel this is very necessary. I don't think this is organic.
Yeah, as we have said, and perhaps we shouldn't have said, because we are definitely feeling the squeeze from the algorithms, so to speak. We could see it; it's so tangible. And so Somalia is facing humanitarian needs never witnessed before, as the country is battling locusts as well as flooding and, of course, the plague upon the land. The UN Food and Agricultural Organization initially warned that the fleet of anti-locust aircraft in Kenya and Somalia could be grounded as the funding fell short of $38 million. Yeah, $38 million when you have $700 billion military budget. Yeah. That's a drop in the bucket that could actually literally save lives.
It sure can.
Again, this is all showing how the priorities are lacking, and what good are these organizations that we have on this globe that seem so incompetent to helping the average people.
Oh, they're a joke. They truly, truly are.
Yeah, when you think about everything that is going on all around us, it really is beyond ridiculous. The priorities for so many people that are awake, it's just obvious that the priorities are not in the right order.
No, they're not. And it's becoming clearer and clearer. And I think that's because we're rising up in vibration. So it's tearing away that darkness so we can see the truth.
Exactly. At least 10 dead, severe floods and landslides hitting Paraguay. And, Paraguay is one of the two landlocked countries over in South America. And you're going to see that these floods, they look the same pretty much everywhere you go. Whatever continent you go onto, it's just amazing what is going on with these floods. And, of course, that gets me thinking mud flood. And our good friend David Devine is really looking at 2024 as the potential for another mud flood. And this is up in Massachusetts, as we see houses destroyed by waves in Massachusetts. It's really, really curious. It's getting colder. It does feel like it's getting consistently colder. Of course, the storms are still getting stronger. And, when we see cold weather storms that are as strong as Cat 3, 4, 5 hurricanes, that's pretty wild.
It is pretty wild. Definitely worth keeping an eye on.
And it's all over, coast to coast. You got California, you got Massachusetts, everywhere in between. Record snows going on. talking to our friend David over in the UK, and he can't get to his gardening. It's been just raining so much out there. And also the temps are going to be going down to around 0, so you got to watch out for frost there as well. As you see, there's videos here to show you. This reminds me of being up on the Outer Banks, which the area is just amazing and electric and vibrant. But I would never live there, even with a house on 20-foot stilts, because literally this type of thing is something that could happen at any time.
Oh gosh, my nerves could never handle it.
Yeah, I know it couldn't. Even being too close to a river would get to you, probably.
It would.
And so this is Strange Sounds, talking about these apocalyptic floods in Paraguay, Indonesia, Germany. Again, as we're saying, it's in Europe, it's in Asia, it's in Africa, it's in South and North America. It's all over the place. And where'd that house go?
I know. That's so sad.
Everything is intensifying. It started... Feels like it all started to go kind of haywire and crazy in 2017, just in time with that first eclipse, and it hasn't stopped. And now it does feel that now that we're like halfway through the 2 eclipse period, it seems like things have even gone to a higher level.
Oh, well, there they are right there. It definitely looks like it.
And, all that leads to landslides. This is over in Nottingham, England. Makes me think of Robin Hood times, right? Nottingham. We are men in tights. Do you guys remember that?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you want a good laugh? That's a good one.
Yeah, it's fun.
So landslide causes collapse. 70-foot wall forcing evacuations in Nottingham, England. And with places like this, you got to wonder, that might be a newer wall, but we've seen things that have been, structures and areas that are very, very old and ancient, and they're starting to get kind of washed away.
Yeah, they are. That's too bad. We're losing a lot of history here.
We are. But it's fascinating too. I forget what the guy's name is. There's a gentleman from India that covers, and I'll have to see if I could dig him up. He's got a good channel, a little dramatic, but he covers a lot of the mysteries, like why in India there's a lot of temples that are completely underground, and they're not that old by the style. They might be 700 years old, something like that. And again, perhaps evidence of a mud flood, because they're completely underground and getting excavated. But they're not like thousands of years old. They're actually hundreds of years old. So, I think our history's been like so wiped clean.
I mean, picked clean too.
And we have an ice jam pushing the St. Clair River to record levels, triggering devastating floods in Michigan. And again, it's all over. It's on all sides of this country as well.
It's too bad. Look at this. Their lives are changing big time.
Yeah, U.S. Coast Guard cutters sent to break up the ice and ease the flooding. And this is over by Detroit. There are a couple of interesting swarms. Thank you, Netsaya, our brother, who's saying to me, did you see the swarm going on in Oklahoma? And then I noticed we have 32 over in Hawaii. Hawaii has been more active lately as well. So yeah, we have 32 over there of 279 that the USGS is showing. I think there's going to be a new wave of activity. It really feels like it. And Oklahoma, and again, one of the areas that we really like is eastern Oklahoma. Most of the quakes seem to be centered usually in between basically Oklahoma City and heading up towards Wichita. And Netsaya had said he had seen that originally it was a 5.0, but now the biggest one I'm seeing here listed is a 4.2. Of course, the USGS downgrading service is at it again.
They're always busy doing that.
But when we look at what we have going on over here, it's quite a little swarm. 23 quakes in Oklahoma. So that's one of the higher numbers that I've noticed. And again, Oklahoma was not a quake capital per se until all the fracking started. And then, the fracking can end, but is the damage already done?
I know, that's the problem. I do believe Earth has the ability to heal herself, though.
Yes. And, this one over here is on the edge of the Ouachita. Ouachita basically is an area, too, that has a lot of quartz crystal under it. It's one of the biggest deposits in the world. And then the Ozarks are thought to be a very safe zone as well. Interesting, too, there's thousands of caves around Branson, thousands of caves. And Branson's a pretty fun little place as well.
I bet you it is.
And Mount Etna is going at it. It is just lighting it up. It is Europe's most active volcano, but it had several eruptions on Thursday night through Friday morning. So Etna is doing her thing, and I'll have all the links for you guys so you can go and check out some videos. And we see sulfur dioxide emissions are detected at Soufriere Volcano, St. Vincent's, and the Grenadines. This is over basically just an island or so, away from Pele in the Caribbean. So, we're still keeping eyes open on seeing if Casey's prophecies will be lining up. Many are way, way overdue, although it does seem like they're starting to manifest.
It does.
And so Maui had its 4th year in a row of quote-unquote rare snowfall. See, the rare is getting to be not so rare anymore.
I know. How about that?
Now, this is 10,000 feet in elevation, so, it's obviously going to be a lot colder, even though it's in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It is. And I think Cindy had mentioned this before, but the whale that's stranded off Florida is a completely new species. We've seen a bunch of completely new species popping up on the globe right now, which is what we expect.
Yeah.
We expect it. It's already endangered. But I would say anything that's a new species is probably going to pop up. You're not going to pop up with, a billion of them right away. It's going to be something that is rare, right? Well, doesn't that make sense?
It's going to be rare. It's evolution.
It is, and there is evolution and there is creation. There's both, as we keep saying about everything, with yes, there's aliens, yes, there's demons, yes, there's angels, yes, there's all the above. This is a 38-foot long whale washed ashore in the Florida Everglades back in January 2019. Turns out to be a completely new species. Interesting. There's so many new species popping up right now. Well, the mutations, the magnetosphere is in decline, more cosmic rays coming in. This is what's triggering our ascension process and the changes in evolution in our consciousness.
And we know that the whales are not using sunscreen.
No, they're not using sunscreen. Yes. Although they might have an awful lot of plastic in them.
Oh, yeah, that's too bad.
So, guys, before we leave you, Cindy is going to do a tuning to clear out any negative energies. So, have your feet, if you can, nice and rooted on the ground. See the roots come from the feet, attach into the core of the earth. You could view it as a giant ball of plasma or a giant quartz crystal. And we're going to draw that energy up through the feet and into the body, encircling the entire body, encasing it in a brilliant, glowing white light that has every energy in it that you would need to heal body, mind, and spirit. And Cindy is going to do her thing.
Okie dokie.
So may you guys all be blessed with abundant peace, love, happiness, and well-being, and always protected from the dark energies that are on the globe. And may they be removed so that we may ever go higher and higher.
Keep thinking happy thoughts. God bless and namaste.
And God bless and namaste.